Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me share my screen. Where am I? Okay. No, I don't want this. I want this. Leave. I want to leave this. No, I want to stay there. Cancel. Good morning. Let me share my screen. Let me see if you guys are in. Okay, 2. Share. We're in good shape. Somebody give me. Everybody seeing the screen? Hi, Fumihiro. Good morning. Good morning. Miguel. Good morning. Let me get rid of this. Oh, man. Okay. All right. I have a little bit of a different configuration because I want to show you a couple of really cool things. All right, market opening up. What do we got? So we are positive bias. Market up 1%, right? I'm looking right now just for any type of long trades that I can find, whether they be fade buy longs or trend buy longs. Either way, I want to be looking for those ideas as the market develops. And I'll show you, so, we'll talk a little bit about what I have here on the chart, which is a little bit different from what you're seeing. You see me before. Let me, everybody's good? Let's just sort of say hi to everybody. Okay, great. I got a whole bunch of people here. It's Friday. Seems like super easy. If you don't have the fade move or the trend fade indicator, the links, they are up in the feed in Chat Ask Boris. Just scroll up the feed. You'll see the links. Click on them, and you get it, and it'll automatically install on your trading view. Is there anybody in the room that I'm talking to right now that does not have those links, does not have those indicators? So does not have the look and feel that I have like this right now. Okay. Chat Ask Boris and tell me, and I'll make sure to point you to the right direction. Okay. So first and foremost, everybody should have the links and have the indicators. Secondly, so you see what I have on my screen. I have the combos, I have the fade move and the trend fade, all of them. But what I did when you go into the combos is I actually suppressed. Let's go in here. Where's my settings? What's going on up here? Why can't I see my settings? Oh, here we go. I suppressed. I unclicked enable trend break signals. Right. I mean, all the signals are unclicked. Because I don't want to look at the breakout signals just yet. Although, as I say this right now, well, no, it's not for me. You know what? Let's click it for the first 10 minutes of the webinar, just because right now I do want to see if I can get a strong break signal to the upside. I'll take this trade. This is going to be the only breakout trade I want to take today. Everything else I want to do on a fade move basis. But okay, we're long here, boom, it's just starting to run away. Fine. So let's say we're in at 50. It's kind of just really ran away. Because usually I want to trade with 5. It was just super fast as I thought it would be. But let's just say, okay, we're still in at the 50s. Let's give it a little breathing room now. All right. No. Super volatile on the open. So unless you caught that first move, it wasn't going to. Let me just be just a tad bit patient with this. this is the problem. This is the reason why I'm starting to veer away from the breakout signals. I'm not that they are incorrect. It's just that the retrace volatility in them is so great that you can be right wrong, which I absolutely hate. Okay, so let's just okay. I think it's gonna work, but I'm gonna kill this trade just because I want to focus on what I think is just a much better risk reward trade from everybody. Let's get out of this thing, not look at it, let it go, and focus on something that I think is much better from a risk reward perspective and accuracy perspective. And this, this may still work because you see, we look at the wings over here of the retrace move, which is first and foremost, we establish our bias. And the bias is nothing more than just, are we up or down? So like, it's clear that we're up, right? We've been up for really since European session. So if you're up from European session onward, right? Then you just look, and this is finally gonna, I think, finally frigging work. If we'll see how this works out. If you have a positive bias from 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And I don't, unfortunately, I don't have the capability. I'll be able to do this later, where we could like shade. I could literally make the sell signals disappear and only have the buy signals show up on the chart. But and there, they're finally starting to move. Finally starting to move on the trade. But the point being is that imagine we are just focusing on trend buy and fade buy signals, and all we're going to do is use our old structure, which I said yesterday, which is if the buy signal is green, we're buying it. If it's red, we wait for the next signal to be green, and if it's not green within 2 signals, we just forget about it, right? So winner, wait for the green signal, winner. Wait for the green signal, a little bit of a retrace against us, but I think we survived the move because I think it was just only like a 5-point retrace here, and then eventually winner. For certainly, I'm talking about for a 5-point winner. Again, this is the only loser. It comes in over here, you get dipped. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of 5 winners on the thing. Fade buy, same concept. It's either green, then we go. If it's red, we wait for one extra one, and if it's not, we forget about it. So 5 out of 6 winner. Trend buy over here. I think this actually allow. Let me see what this was. This is 39, and I think it actually does move. Nah, it does. Loser. So what is that? That's 7 trades, 5 winners. 5 out of 7, right? Fade buy here, no greens, we forget about it. Fade buy here, green, winner. So now that's 6 out of 8, right? 7 out of 9, right? Again, watch what I'm doing. I'm only looking for the buy signals. 7 out of 9, 8 out of 10, okay? I'm only looking for buy signals. Green, I get long here, a little bit of a slip against me, but enough to survive the stop. That's not, what is that? 8 out of 10, so 9 out of 11, right? And you get the gist. Even here, the trend still remains positive. We are, this is green, this is red, so we wait for the green. 10 out of 12, right? Over here, two more winners, basically, actually 3 more winners. So that's 13 out of 15. Just a ridiculous amount of pippages, just ridiculous. Because remember, all we're doing is a 5-10 trade. So you're talking about just an enormous amount of, so if it's 13 out of 15, you're able to collect times 5 minus 20, 45 NASDAQ points since the European session with very little sweat, right? You guys with me on all of this? You understand what I'm trying to do here? I am trading with the trend, but at the extreme points of of distribution that puts me very much on the right side of the trade, right? Like the point is the odds are so much more in my favor because I'm buying low, selling high in an uptrend. That's literally what I'm doing, you know. And as opposed to buying high, selling higher in an uptrend, which is what we do with the breakout trades. Now I am just I'm just curious. Just bear with me. I'm going to do this off screen because I gotta make sure I can get this data actually printed. If I can pull it up, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something absolutely crazy. But it's yeah. So correct, Jonathan. So Jonathan's asking me if bias trend is down, what do we do? Then we only look at the sells. Trend sell, fade sell. Trend sell, fade sell. Trend sell, fade sell. Correct. Yeah. You're 100% correct. We just go to the other side and sell the highs in a downtrend. Here we're trying to buy the lows in an uptrend. There we're trying to sell the highs in a downtrend. Got me, Jonathan? Like 100% correct. I'm just showing. I'm showing today's trades where the stuff, and then, and the problem with the breakout ideas is that they do work, but because of this, when you're buying the dips, you're naturally playing into this vol tails, right? You are naturally buying at the low end of the vol tails, so you're not getting the slippage. But when you're trying to buy the breakouts, you have these vol tails behind you, like you get a whole bunch of what I call the right wrong trades, where you could be on the right side of the breakout, it's still positive, but it just simply stops you out unnecessarily because of the volatility, and that sucks. That just completely sucks, and you really want to avoid that as much as possible in that environment. Okay, hang on. Where the hell is this one? 125. Yeah, I think this is the one. Let me see. I just want to. This is a crazy ass thing. I think it has. Let me just see if I can pull this up for you. This is just my own personal. Okay. So this is. Tell me if you guys see the screen. Are you guys seeing the MyFX screen? Okay. Yes. I'm trading futures. Okay. So absolutely, this cannot be done on CFDs. But I'm trading, and this is just my own little personal quirk. I'm trading 2 target, 10 stop. I know it's ridiculous. I know the numbers are insane, but this is the reason why is because me, I need quick resolution. These are mostly, look at these trades. Like very few of them last longer than a minute, which is the perfect structure for me. Now I started doing this when you start to see the twos. I started doing this. So literally, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, like 28 trades out of the last few trades. I think there was literally only one trade where I legitimately was stopped out. So yeah, I mean, it's a crazy risk reward ratio, but if you're trading 19 out of 20 positive, you're way positive on the strategy. And it's just just a way. I'm certainly not advocating this, but this is for those of you who are like me, who have ADD. This is all, John, sorry, this is on futures. So I do pay commissions, but I don't pay any spread. I actually it's a full 2 points. That's why I said you can only do this on futures. You can't do this on CFDs. So yeah, of course, I eat commissions. So just to give you an idea, what does my commission cost me? So I'll give you in points so that it becomes universal. Let me just calculate this out. So it was 8. 15. Let me just hold on just 1 second. Let me just figure this out. So it's 450. For 455 minus 15. It's 40 divided by 2. So it was okay. So I made 20. Yeah, 10. That makes perfect sense. I made 10 trades, 2 points each. That was 20 points in NASDAQ. and my cost was 4 points. Okay, because that's total. So like I pay what is it in points? Let me just figure this out in points. 2088 divided by 2. Shit. 88 divided by 200. Okay, it costs me a let's just make it a half a point, right? So it costs me half a point in commission every time I trade. Right? Okay, is that clear? So the problem with CFDs, John, is that I have to. The reason why I'm winning so much is because I'm only using a 2 point. I'm setting such a low expectation. Oh shit! Sorry guys, totally. I'm talking and I totally missed this. Totally clean buy here. Clean buy. We should have had this trade. I'm so sorry. F buy over here. And if any of you guys, while I was dicking around with commissions, it did not, it doesn't matter. We'll get some more. But like you see this trade right here, it's just an absolutely perfect setup for us. Everybody clear? You see this trade over here? Anybody do this trade, by the way, or anybody look at this trade? Just an absolutely perfect trade for us. So why? We're positive bias for the day. We have a fade buy signal. The fade buy signal itself is green. So that's a go for us. We just get long on the close. Long 23s. 5 target where we're in the money. Super easy. Okay, that's the rules, Jonathan. The rules is whether you get a trend buy or a fade buy. I'm just going to give you the buy side rules because the sell side rules are the other way around. It's got to be the color of the side we want to go for, right? So if the fade buy is green, then we go. If the fade buy is red, we wait 1 candle for a green candle. If we get a fade buy, so like what we do, what's beautiful about this is we avoid I need to find a collapse example. We avoid the steep sell-offs because, okay, so here it is. Here's a steep. So we're positive market, right? You with me, Jonathan? And we get a fade buy signal, right? So our rule is the next one's got to be green. If it ain't green, we just step away. We just pass up on this signal. We wait for the next signal that's a fade buy. This is a fade buy red. Again, we wait for a green, confirm, boom, we go. And what this does is it allows us when the market is just simply selling off like a avalanche, we step away. We never engage with the market. You see what I'm saying? Is that clear, Jonathan? And that little tweak makes all the difference from just basically, honestly, you could even step in front of it if you wanted to, but this avoids the situation of stepping in front of a trade and getting rolled over 2 or 3 times in a row. If it's, imagine right now, I don't know, Biden said, we're gonna blow up the Middle East, and the market decided to just completely go into a sell mode, right? Well, it's going to start printing a lot of fade buys, but they're all going to be red. And if we start buying the reds, we're just going to be buying the decline, right? So we need to not be stepping in front of an avalanche of selling. The whole point is you want to be stepping in front of selling only when the overall trend is buying. You want to be stepping in front of buying only when the overall trend is selling. That's the basic idea behind the concept. All right, is that clear? Also, John, did it answer your question about the spread and commissions? So I'm really focusing on NAS because that's kind of like what I call the primal chart. That's the foundational chart for how I want to trade this. But obviously the setup extends to any instrument you want to use, and we can switch around. Let's just go to a two chart view, just not to really give ourselves. Hey Karen, how do I do this? Is it like settings, apply these indicators to entire layout? Okay. No, damn, that's not what I want. Oh, shit. All right, screw this. Now I'm gonna have to redo the whole thing. Okay. Okay, fade move, trend move, in here. Fade move, trend move. And I want to mute the breakout signals. I want to mute the breakout signals. For now. So you see, here's a trend buy, right? Jonathan, you with me? Here's a trend buy. It's red, so we'll wait for the green. Now, you know, Dow is a tough instrument, and you can see that you know, here's a trend buy in a Dow that worked very nicely. What time was that? 9:04. I think this is just the the opening rotation, so you're just naturally going to get whipped around. But if you took this green, what was that? That's an 11, and that slipped all the way down to 76. Even with a 40-point stop, you know, you got the point is okay. I would have been stopped on a Dow on my idea here just because of volatility, but and you know, that's just part and parcel of the trade. The Dow is obviously also not as strong as Nasdaq. Like if I let's see if we can do this on the Russell. So Russell has a trend buy. Let's play this Russell. Okay, we're long. Let's just, for argument's sake, I'm 91s, and I'm looking to see if we can make it up to like 93s, just for argument's sake. And we'll let that play. So it'd be like a 4-2, and then we're almost there. We're almost there. We're looking for like 93s on the Russell. I mean, I know nobody trades the Russell because unless you're in the futures, it's very hard to trade on the CFDs. But I just want to show you the principle in action of how you would do this. All right, there we go. Close enough. I'll take 92.7s. 90, there we go. 93s. You see what I'm saying? You guys feeling me? Yeah, Jonathan, you could do whatever you want. My key question, John, my key point, John, is that what I do with, like, you know, what I showed you, just sort of for entertainment purposes, that is done with our trading tool. There's no way I could achieve all those results if I didn't have everything pre-configured and executed. You see my trades, all my trades take 15, 20 seconds. It has to be done with a tool that where I press a button and all the buys and the stops all go off. You know, that's how it works. Nice breakout on the Russell, by the way. There we go. So, you know, you guys kind of, the most important thing is I want you to really understand the price dynamic of what this is doing so that you can, you know, you can appreciate this. This is now, you know, we're in a sell zone on the NAS, so it's trend sell signal. We're going to ignore the trend sell signal. It's not that they don't work. It's just that I want to be biased to the side that's strongest for now. What's interesting, by the way, is side that's strongest right now is just another way of saying market regime, right? And so, of course, this is the very interesting thing about price action. Nothing ever is 100% one way. Right now, the regime is positive, so all the positive buy signals is the ones you're focusing on. But if you happen, like right now, this isn't, I'm not saying this is happening, but if right now this was peak buy regime, and we're actually going to switch to a sell regime, like in other words, if the market was going to sell, you decide to sell off for the rest of the day and go into a sell regime, the sell signals are going to be like great, like, you know, like you could take this sell signal right here, and it would be a great signal if you just felt, okay, I think there's going to be a regime change. But that is a proprietary call that you're making that is outside of what the price action is telling you right now. Not that you could have the power to do that, but I'm just saying when and how you want to apply these ideas is interpretive, and very contingent on just sort of, your own internal view of like, basically the key question now is, do you think the positive market regime continues to dominate, or are we sort of a peak buy regime, which means that we're now going to be shifting regimes, which means, as you can see, the sell signals are really the great signals, to do. And I am, I'm kind of, honestly feeling that way. I kind of feel like, the market regime may be shifting, and it's worth a punt to try to think about shifting our focus to the sell side versus the buy side for the time being. But you are making a call here. You're making a call that is not risk free. In other words, you are calling the top of these moves, and we have negative data. Markets have been able to shrug it off. They continue going on. So you could just make the argument, well, price action is actually telling you no. The regime remains positive, and you're kind of moron to try to pick tops for right now, which is probably where we should be. Like for right now, we should really stay safe and stay to the buy side. But the point is, it's so flexible. The beauty of this, the beauty of these indicators is it's so flexible in your hands. Depending on how you want to interpret the price action, it puts you in the best possible position to take advantage of your view. That's literally what it does. It puts you in the best possible position to take advantage of your view. Now, you can take responsibility for your view, but at least you'll know that whichever view you take, you'll have intelligent entry ideas. Does that make sense to everybody? So one of the main reasons why I am so skeptical about the rally is because you guys know that the rule of thumb in stock index futures is whatever happens before has very little chance of continuing, right? Like the fact that Europe, you can see that the pre-market European move was so hugely to the upside, right? Big ass moves from the European session, kind of consolidation. It's almost screaming for a little bit of a sell regime. And actually, let's go to the Dow, because oh damn it, I got the wrong one. Let's go to the Dow. So this is interesting. So Dow, if you took the sell mode here, you had a little bit of heat, but it would have worked. I'm actually interested in the next fade sell signal in the Dow as a potential trade for us. Because I kind of think that the regime could change a little bit. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see. We have to be very patient, obviously, to get a fade trade, fade sell signal. We have 1, 2, 3. I need one more burst to the upside for the fade signal to appear. We have a big breakout, by the way, on. Oh, here we go. Here's the fade signal. So let's see if I'm being too clever. 41 seconds. We're going to give it all the time in the world. We need this candle to complete in order for us to affect the trade, as always. So 26, 27 seconds. Let's see if this plays our way. Stepping in front of this 20 stop 10 target. Let's see if I can hit the top, kind of. Got 11, 12 seconds. Let's see where I'm at. Usually I put in my trades around 3 seconds into. So 55s, short 55s, looking for 45 with a 75 stop. Maybe a little bit too early. I may be too clever here, but let's give it a shot. Let's see where I'm at. Oops, sorry. Too much. So we got stopped on this move. Just, and the thing is that maybe I should have just waited for the red candle conference. So like it just literally, this is typical Dow, right? Look at that. Just it's very, very hard to have that 20-point stop because this is what it does. It clips you out and it moves you away. It's just typical right wrong trade. On NAS though, let's look at NAS. We're getting a sell on NAS here, sort of a again play on the peak regime, peak sell regime. Can I make this trade happen for me on the NAS? I probably should have waited for the red candle to occur, but again, it's one of those things where you can't always be perfect. Let's see if the NAS. So where I got 567. Let me see. In at 63. And trying to come back down to like, I needed 57 to come down. Let's see if this, maybe not. Let's see. Can I get to 57 on this? Nah. See, it's tough. It's really, really tough trying to, this is a good example of me trying to pick the top of the regime is so far very unproductive, right? Like picking tops is really stupid. I'm just boom, we're out. Okay. So neither one of those trades, sort of, had I focused strictly on the buy trades, I would have been much, much better, right? It's just a great example of where your interpretation hurts you as much as it helps you sometimes. I mean, I wasn't wrong on the fact that this was kind of peak regime, but I got stopped out here, and here I didn't have enough movements. Now, by the way, if I was using my two target, I would have made money, but like that's, it's neither here nor there. Hey, Peter. So Peter, okay, you know what? Peter's posting something kind of interesting. I want to discuss this, but I need to understand what it is that you're saying. Because, so were you using the fade signals, just the fade signals? You're taking both the fade buys, fade sells? Using both the fade buys and the fade sells. Were you using like a 10 stop 5 target and just taking the signals as they were popping on the TradingView? By the way, you can integrate AMP, which you can trade directly from TradingView with AMP futures. Did you trade the DOM on TradingView or DOM inside the AMP? Because you could actually trade the DOM over here. On Infinity using Infinity futures. So you basically you were looking at the charts using my indicator and had a different screen with Infinity on DOM and just selling it. Yeah. No, it's great. So it's actually kind of, you bring up a very good point, a totally separate conversation, which I think is really interesting. So you're trading this, just to kind of understand it, you're trading this essentially before North American Open, kind of the quiet hours, the pre-market open hours, right? Is that correct? Right? What is this close? 65 close, 75. Yeah, look at it, just a big vol. 5 to 7, yeah, 5 to 7 a.m., which is the reason why I clarify all this is because I want to show you something interesting, because that's the reason why he has been so successful, is because, yeah, Karen is absolutely right. Karen just pretty much stole my thunder here and explains exactly why he's made so much money. Because the fade trades during chop hour are like a money machine, because in chop you buy the sell-offs, sell the breakouts, because in the chop environment, if you go to NASDAQ 5 to 7 a.m., most days, obviously there are days where you're going to get one-way movement, but most days when you are in this movement, this is just money, money in the bank. You just sell the fades, buy the fades, sell the fades, buy the fades all day long, and it totally, it totally plays out. Okay, sorry, we got a trend buy here. Let's see if I could get back myself on the right graces of this move. Let me see where I'm at here. So I need a, first of all, I need a green candle. So if this doesn't turn green, we have to wait for the next one. And actually, let me see. So this is turning green. This is 65. Ah, wow. I wanted to go to two screen structure. I wonder if I can do this. Okay, here we go. So trend buy, because I wanted to see if the YM was also sending me. Wow, look at this moves. Yep. Well, thank you, Peter. So look at it, boom, 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 totally collapsed on a candle close. Whoa, what an interesting move. So total collapse on a candle close. I was worried about that. That's why I didn't want to press it. So now, if this candle doesn't turn green, we're just going to pass up on this trend buy. And maybe I was right and early, as always is the case. Maybe this is the final freaking regime change to the sell side. And I had to get stopped out to appease the trading gods, but it really feels like that I'm right. Okay, you look at this massive just dump on all sides. Feels like an exhaustion sell, right? And maybe what we should start looking now is for a little bit of a sell bias indicators. So, but look how great our strategy is. Number one, it keeps us from taking this trade. Number two, it just makes us forget about buying the bottom here because we already got sliced out, and that really puts us in a much better position. Like 90% of a good strategy is to just know when to stay the F out on your trade. There is a buy signal on the Dow here on this, again red. If it goes green, I'll go with it. If it's red and then goes green on the next candle, I'll go with it, just because we're still positive bias, and there's still a chance. There's still a very strong chance for a bounce. Like, have we made the top? Probably did, but there's still going to be a chance for a bounce for a double top, right? So for our purposes of scalping, we want to be on the side of that's a decent trade for us on the move. If we get confirmation of price, if price confirms to us that it's that the market is thinking like we are. So this is barely turning. Nope, it's red. No trade. No trade. No trade. Now I got to see if this candle turns green. Let's see what the Dow does. It's pretty tepid bounce here, but we got to, I'm gonna stick to our rules. If this doesn't, indeed turn green, I'm taking a shot on this trade. No trades. Okay, we pass up. Maybe it works, but it's clear. It's clear that we kind of topped out, right? It's really clear, and that's pretty beautiful with our indicators, because it shows us, if nothing else, just the exhaust move, so we could adjust our analysis, towards the position. I'm getting a second trend buy here. Maybe willing to, I certainly will be willing to trade this, because we're still, as I said, even if though the regime may have changed, there's still enough juice here for a possible double top test. The late buyers trying to make one last vanquish attempt. And this is actually just a massive move. Jesus, this is a hard move to follow. Like a lot of the profit is already in this move, but let's give it a shot. Okay, long 47s. Let's see how far we can go. A lot of the prop. There we go. Pretty good. That's 50, 51, 52. Pretty much 5 right there. There's 5. So anybody take that trade? Wow, Jesus. Okay, so that worked for everybody. Good job. That really ramped up. So yeah, I mean, what's the lesson of the day? Boris should stop trying to pick tops and bottoms. It's actually, what's good is instead of me trying to pick tops and bottoms, what I should be using all these indicators as a informational tool. Like, in other words, we get like, not take this stupid signal because maybe I'll make money on it, but like use that as okay, I'm failing at a lower high here. Is it possible that I have a regime change? Is it possible that I should really shift my focus instead of just simply acting on it? I should just simply take it under advisement, which is the good takeaway from all of this. But yeah, trading with a trend is 100% today. Trading against the trend is 0% today, as usual. But you guys get the idea. What a look at this. You gotta love NASDAQ. What a tremendously crazy ass instrument this is. That we just went literally 50 points in 3 minutes. So I think NAS makes fresh highs. Dow does not, but kind of hanging in there. Where are we? Ooh, wow. We're like went 45 minutes into the session. Let's, if you guys want, let's just kind of turn to FX for just a little bit. And I think with FX we have to make some adjustments. I think the 1 minute chart is kind of useless for us in FX. I think we have to go to the 5 minute chart. But let's look around. Let's just pull. Let's pull the euro has actually been in a ramp. Euro has also been. Here's the 1 minute chart on the euro. Yeah. Here's a trend buy. I mean, the problem with FX is like, what do you trade for? Like 3 pips? It's just like, I think on a 1 minute chart, it's so tough to trade for those angles. But you see on a 5 minute chart, right? So euro again, euro is positive bias up 54 basis points today. If you're trading that, you're trading, what is that, 14 to 16. Let's just assume we're going to trade FX with a 510, just for argument's sake, right? Again, to the buy side, because that's where I want to be. So if I'm long here at 82, what's my stop here? 76. I survived the stop, plus 5. This stops me out a little bit, I think, because if you're using a 10, just barely stops me out. 14 just takes me out, so minus 10. This is a trend buy over here. This gives me plus 5, and so and then another trend buy here, another plus 5. So not bad, like not horrible. You're 3 out of 4, which means you're plus 5 on the day, which is decent, and actually not that crazy as far as signals. Here's the pound. Pound also strong risk on trade today, and lots of opportunities here. I don't know if you could trade pound with 510 because it's just so volatile, but what is this, 64 down to 55. Now you have to trade pound with 10 20. So 1 2 3, what is that? That's 61. I'm looking for 71. It would have to be like somewhere around here. 3, 4. Here I'm coming in on the green, 5. So again, yeah, like you're talking about 5 trades in a pound, 4 trades in the euro. All the pound trades worked. So you made like 50 points in a pound, 5 points in the euro. Time flies when you're having fun. And all of them within what you need for this thing to work well is you need a clean, clear, defined regime, because what it does is it ignores the noise, right? It skips all the red noise and just focuses on the key green buy entry points. I'm talking about on the buy side. And then if it was a negative regime, it would go the other way around. I'm actually trying to find something that is a negative regime. Currency, let's just have pound Kiwi. Okay, I don't even know. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I mean, that's look how great that is. Look how great that is. So you're trading pound Kiwi, you're only looking for the sell sides. So he's taking the trend sells all the way down, and fade sells, on the way up if you get a fade sell. I think this is a fade sell over here. This is a fade sell over here. So again, same kind of a thing, just very much, single side entry. So the single most important thing, as always, is good quality regime, right? All good food starts with quality ingredients. We just need the right ingredients from the marketplace to do it. And then once we have it, then we have a technique. We have a technique how to make the meal, how to make the profits. So that's really the best I can do for you guys, which is not bad, I think. All right, let's go to NASDAQ. Let's see what the hell it's doing. It looks like it's coming back down. Oh, no. Geez, we're just cranking it up. Okay, never mind. We're still like way up. And we're moving on up. Let's see if there's anything on the currency side. I'm just gonna go make this a currency, and we'll just cycle through all the currencies on a 5-minute cycle just to see what's available here. Okay, so Aussie is bias up, Kiwi is bias up. So we're obviously ignoring all the sell signals. Yen is mild bias down. So if you sold this, you could actually make 5 points. CAD is mild bias down, so we're ignoring all the buy signals. Look at a sell signal here. Look at a beautiful sell signal, Pound yen, where's that? That's a bias up, but we didn't have anything, for a while now. And then Euro Aussie is a bias down. So again, I'm ignoring this one, and I want to sell the sell signals. So I don't have, nothing super interesting on the FX side because a lot of those signals have already occurred. What is this? Pound CAD is biased down. So pound CAD just a couple of minutes ago was a trend sell signal at the 44s, and it's already now in the 37s, right? So you already had like a decent move here. Wow, this is just insane. Should I'm an inveterate, degenerate top and bottom picker. So I'm so tempted if I get a phase sell signal on the NAS just for fun of it to take it, but we're actually not getting it because it's just not. Oh, maybe we will on this one. Let's see. It needs to clear this 1330 zone. There we go. So it's really interesting. This is a ridiculous thing. I do not recommend doing this, but let's just for intellectual curiosity, if we get the sell signal here, this is in front of the big round number. Let's see if this kind of plays out for us. May not. We got 3295. 95s, 94s, 95s. Okay, I'm short 95s and lots of movement back and forth. I don't think I can survive a 10-point stop on this thing, but just curious to see what would have happened. And I need to see it come back down to 90 in order for this trade to have worked. But I'm just again showing you the futility of trying to pick tops on these moves. But I do think we're close to a like a minor profit taking zone here, especially because we got the round numbers. There's really like a lot of defense of the round number figure, right? If they break it through, it's just going to run right through us. So this just becomes a tug of war and a curiosity, but just curious to see what happens. And we're close. All right, let's take it here at 90. There we go. And we managed to hold on and survive the stop and make my one Pyrrhic victory. And it was stupid because I'm sure now it's gonna go run straight up. But if you're gonna have fun picking tops and bottoms, at least do it with the right tool set, right? And now it's just gonna go right through it. Anybody was courageous enough to fade that with me, or did you guys decide, nah, Boris is just being stupid, I don't want to follow him? You did. Okay, good job, Connie. You managed to close it out. Look at that. Now it's working your way. Yeah. I would be with you, Cheryl. I would say, oh, I'm being stupid, but it worked. I mean, yeah, it was just a. The point is that if I'm going to pick spots, at least. All right, that's great. That's great. Wait, how do you, Peter? When you're saying 25 ticks, because ticks are very different in futures than they are. Do you mean 2.5 points? Because a tick in futures is actually 25 or a quarter of a point in on the future side, not on the CFD side. Yeah, it took a little while, Karen, for it to work, but it finally worked. 10 ticks a point in NQ. Yeah, so you're doing CFDs. Yeah, so it's 2.5 points. Yeah. Because on the future side, it's 4 ticks a point on the futures. That's why I get always confused. Okay, we got a trend buy. God, I really don't really have a hard time pulling the trigger on this trend buy if it turns green. But I mean, it's a part of our setup. Got to trust it, unless kind of almost hoping that it stays red, so I don't have to commit to it. But we'll see. Oh, let's go. Let's just look at the YM. What's YM doing on the 1 minute? YM is doing nothing. Yeah, it's finally collapsing. But pretty cool. I mean, like the cool thing. No, it's Nasdaq also. No, ES is also a quarter of a point. Yeah, yeah. They're all a quarter of a point. I know it's confusing. Yeah, on the 15-minute chart, you're absolutely right, John. So, to explain, Peter, NQ trades in quarter points, right? So each tick is 1/4 of a point. You can see it because it says 75, 25, 50. You see that? By the way, so this is now turning into a very, very strong buy setup for us. Let's just watch it. I mean, now we're taking out the 1300, 1300. I mean, if this, this closes, we gotta go with it, whether we like it or not. Okay, we're in at 97. Let's see if we can get 30.02, and we do, and we get another 5 points, and we're trading with our flow, and then we get more. Okay, beautiful. So you know what? Beautiful. We took 10 points on the close of our trading, and just by sticking to our rules. I mean, one violating my rules, but in a proper way, and one sticking by my rules. Did anybody take that trade, by the way? That was just a monster move straight up. I know it's super fast, so you have to have your point and click tools ready. Oh, look at this! Everybody took the trend trade. Yeah, very good. All right, all you wussies who want to take the fade trade with me. No, that's fine. That's really, I'm glad. I'm glad. But the point is, I think this is, you got to admit, this is, first of all, a lot more fun, right? The power hour becomes a lot more fun because we got a lot more trades under our belt, because a lot more opportunities than just looking for breakouts. And two, it's if we stick just to me not fucking around, the trades are all really good. I mean, they just give you really good setups, especially on nice clean days like today. So so I think next week we're going to rebrand Zoom as the power hour, and we're going to start trading it and we're going to get a lot of other people in the in BK interested in what we're doing. But for now, let's just wrap up. It's been a nice, good week for us. I'm friggin' exhausted, to be honest with you guys. And have a fun time for the rest of the day. You got the tools, you got the setups. Again, anybody who doesn't have these tools, you gotta speak up or shut up. You gotta let me know, because these are private. I haven't released it to anybody except people who are trading with me in this group. And I'm happy to give them to you, but you gotta ask them for me for it. Okay. Thanks, John. I'd love to have you. We'll broaden our horizons a little bit. I'll be honest with you, like, if we ever get a chance to trade crypto, crypto was made for these tools. I mean, sorry, one last thing before I know I'm going to drive everybody crazy, but let's just go to crypto for a second. I just want to show you. Let's go to ETH. So ETH is positive for the day, right? So we're positive bias on ETH, right? Which means we want to be taking trend buy signals. I don't know if the minute chart. I think the minute chart on ETH is just going to be. It's just, that's the problem. Crypto is like FX. It's a bullshit market that's just not thick enough. So I think we have to trade the 5-minute. But if you're trading the 5-minute on ETH, with our structure, you could just sort of see. So here's trend buy. Next one, we pass up on this signal. This trend buy actually takes me out. This fakes me out. This is actually, I think, a positive trend. This is a green. This is a red candle, but this is a tiny little green candle. I would go in there. I think what I said about it on ETH is that I kind of want to trade with, what did I say, like a 30-60. So $30, $60 stop, $30 target. So if I'm here at 50, I'm looking for 80. That gets done. This one fails me, but sorry, this one fails me. This one I just ignore because it's 2 candles before it turns green, and I would have passed up. This candle is green, and this is a nice clean 30 points. This is a candle that I'm at 95. and I'm looking to, I survived because I'm looking for, I have a 60 stop and I'm looking for, let's say 95 to 25. So I've survived this and I go up here. So again, 3 good trades in ETH on a 5-minute chart. And if you started even a little bit earlier, the trend by the positive trend bias was actually all the way from Asia. You had trades over here that worked really well. Here's another trend buy that would have entered over here, 98. You're looking for 30 points, which is right here in 2 minutes. Again, I think a lot of the crypto stuff is sort of academic because so much of it is contingent. I mean, the spreads here are tight. I mean, there's trading ETH if the actual spread is $1 or $2, then trading it with 30-60 is certainly feasible. I just don't know if that's something we can get on any brokerage platform. But you can just sort of see that crypto is just handmade for this. Just handmade for this stuff. And if it ever becomes kind of mainstream for us, we could certainly do it. Mel, so let me sort of, guys, hang on a second. Let me where's my, okay, let me get you. I'm gonna post the links in. Oh, look at this. I never knew you could move the Zoom bar. That's kind of cool. I never knew you could move that. Wow. I really got to learn how to use Zoom so much better. Okay, hang on just 1 second, Mel. I'm gonna give you the Bitly link. Just bear with me, Mel. All you need to do is click on the link. The beautiful thing about the private links is I don't have to give it to you. So you wanted, which one you want? The fade move? Okay, fade move. Copy. I'm sending it over here. So just click on that link and you got the indicator, okay? All right, back to the 1-minute NASDAQ, our bread and butter. Let's see what it's doing. Oh, we had even more. Look at this. Was this the trade that we wanted? Is this the trade that we were in? Yeah, I think this is a trade. I totally forgot. That was the trade that we took. All right, I was like, was there even another signal? All right, super. Honestly, guys, I totally lost count of the day today, but I think it's fair to say I lost 20 on the NAS. Excuse me, on the Dow, and I definitely made at least 20 on the NAS. So I'm going to count it as that for the day. Being a little bit of an idiot on the counter trend trades, but all the trend trades really worked well. The fade move is right here, up above, Miguel, right up there. In the you see that? Just click on it. All right. I'm Connie right here. Okay, sorry. Look, Connie, look at me. Look at the screen. Right here. I'm above on the thing. Just click on this link. All you got to do is just click on this link and it will automatically configure it. What does that mean it doesn't work? If you click on it, it says, would you like to add it to your favorites? So you say yes, and it goes to your favorites. Okay, give it a shot. There's literally no install here. It's just super easy. Okay, my friends. Really fun week this week. We had a super great day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any problems, just message me on setting it up. The only thing I will say is the only problem, if you're having any kind of problems with TradingView, is you may be like on the free version, and I don't know if the free version limits the amount of indicators you can have. So it's really worth. I mean, if there's ever a piece of software you want to pay money for, it's TradingView. So I really recommend just buy the 1 month for like the $9.99 version, so on and so forth. Thank you, Cheryl. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Hope everybody is jabbed and fully inoculated. And I'll see everybody next week. We're ready to rock and roll. It's almost summertime, which is always my favorite season of the day of the year. Thank you, guys. Everybody take care.